Okay, so let's go ahead and learn how to check graphically if two equations are inverses of each other. So I've got I've got a problem that we just recently did in the Desmos, where we started with P of X and we ended up with the inverse of X. And we're gonna just quickly check to make sure that they are inverses graphically. And this is how you do it. The first thing we do is we come in and we type in the first equation. I'm gonna call it P of X equals to x plus 5 divided by 2, and it's going to graph that equation. Now, the one thing that Desmos is not going to like is the P inverse of x. It's not going to like this at all, so I'm going to change the name of it, and I'm just going to call it g of x, but we automatically know it's still the inverse. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to type in g of x equals to, and I'm going to type in 2x minus 5. Now, here's a great thing about inverses. If they are inverses, they are reflections over the line y equals to x. So I'm going to type in y equals to x. And you'll notice that the red graph is reflected over the green graph, and it would overlap onto the blue graph. Okay? That's one way we can tell it is a reflection. The other way to tell it is a reflection is I type in y equals x, but I want to make sure I'm 100% correct. I do what we call a composition. I put one function in the other. So I'm going to write p of g of x. I'm going to put this equation, the inverse, into the original equation, or I can do it vice versa. I can change it around just to check. Okay, and so what I'm going to come down here and do is I'm going to type in p of g of x. Now look at what happens to the color of that. We went from a green graph, we insert it, and it overlaps onto that y equals to x graph. I can also do it the other way. I can say g of p of x. And if they overlap that y equals to x, that means that they are inverses of each other.